Steak, how many times are you gonna hit yourself with the microphone?
Until he gets all the love he deserves. So Jesse, yet another movie from my menagerie that you apparently hadn't even heard of?
Nope.
Okay. What do you think of when you hear the name Warriors of Virtue?
I'm guessing it has something to do with like Catholicism or like religion or something.
Interesting.
And Warriors indicates, I don't know if it's going to be like a cartoon or live action, but I feel like they're going to be like superheroes or fighting of some kind. And it's like, I love Jesus and we're going to fight sin.
And you think Nick grew up with that movie?
I think so. I think because like VeggieTales, when I was a kid at least, even though I went to Catholic school, like people didn't really understand that VeggieTales was about religion until the last minute of it, where they turned directly to the camera and they're like,
they went and
this
talked
was
to Cordy.
about virginity, and actually we all learned a lesson today. So I could see something like that, you know, people of all faiths growing up with it.
You think people really like missed out on the nuance of God is bigger than the boogeyman?
Honestly, yes. I think children don't understand what religion is until we tell them, you know?
Maybe I was too old when VeggieTales came out to be in that crowd, so I guess I missed out.
VeggieTales kind of slapped.
Okay.
We can't get into VeggieTales. I could go off on VeggieTales for a while, but
And we're all learning. We face the camera and we say we all learned something today.
We all learned something today, kids. This was
so
about...
you're expecting something kind of like in the vein of Bible
something
Man.
like superhero Jesus fighting for virtue and.
That's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
All right. Well, let's find out what it really is.
Something crusade-y.
Yeah, kid, me too. I don't know what the fuck is happening. A monkey, maybe? Is it Splinter? Oh, no. Kangaroo Jack. Oh, no. Are they ugly?
So you've seen Warriors of Virtue now.
My life has changed.
It's very changed. I haven't seen this since I was a child. I've owned this movie for a while just because it is a curiosity. Nobody ever talks about it. And
I saw it once when I was very little, and that was it.
I had the action figures. My favorite one was the quiet one with the ring. Like
wow.
I just like that. I like the chakram weapon, like the big hula hoop made of metal.
Yeah, chakram. I don't know how realistic it is as a weapon, but I like it. It's fun.
Yeah.
And I guess we also don't know like how much of actual like Tao stuff is like in here that's real. Like I don't know enough.
Not a lot, but it's also like it's
cooking
weird
stuff. I don't know how much that is actually connected to an actual religious thought.
Yeah.
This is Tao. It means the way to something, to yourself.
Oh, that's cool.
I forgot that was such a big part of this.
Like Buddhism, actual.
No, that's Taoism.
Gotcha.
This is like the books your mom did.
Take a drink every time we guess a practice wrong.
Check it out. It's yours.
I mean, I've read the Tao Te Ching.
I have not.
I can't read.
It's weird. Like a big basis in Taoism is like going with the flow of life. Like life has a current, like its energies, being able to adapt to them like the flow of a river, essentially. Like that's kind of how it's presented. So like the shit happens aspect of it actually kind of accurate.
Yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, this movie takes a while to get going. It does not give you a lot at the start. It just kind of shows you this kid's really nice but kind of crummy life. Like where he's like, you know, he's got a gimp leg. He's not able to do all the football stuff that the girls are getting all, you know, hot and bothered for. And there's a football bully.
I actually say, even though it's not the most entertaining part of the movie, it's probably the most functional film in the part that's least entertaining. It's probably the most like structurally sound.
It's very well shot. Like we never see the kid's dad unless the guy in the restaurant is supposed to be his dad. It's very unclear.
No, absolutely
all we know is that his dad can cook, and that guy can cook. So
by transitive property, this is my dad.
That's all we know.
I highly doubt that is his dad.
It's not really like what they set up, but it's clear like that is a father figure to him, or at the very least like an older brother figure. There's a cool dude that works at a Chinese restaurant who like throws rice behind him. He does like all the cool shit.
Cooking.
Yeah, kung fu cooking. It's the bear.
Shrimps. Shut up.
Hey,
cooking up prawns like a fucking
cousin.
maniac.
Yes, chef. I got the peppers. I got the fish. Oh, is Cool Chef gonna catch it?
Yep.
Cool Chef.
There we go. Yep. Yes, chef. Yeah. This would work on me, I fear.
Are you saying this guy's hot, Jesse?
Unfortunately, just now. I wish I wasn't so attracted to a man who could just immediately do that.
Just a competent man.
Yeah, I just have no feelings for a man, and then he does that, and I'm like, well, I'm hard. That wasn't a second ago, but
That got me.
He's not a bad looking guy.
Ah!
and we can tell it isn't a rat on his head because he's not wearing a hat.
There's some really impressive like shots there where you can tell that it probably took like a number of takes, but he's doing like throwing the egg from like 5 feet away into the bucket, throwing the rice behind him without looking, landing it, and like.
And it's kind of it's honestly a shame that guy's not in more of the movie.
For real, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted him to be in more of the movie, but then we got to the villain. I'm like, this is fine.
The villain is the best part of this movie.
He's so
far
good.
and away. He eats in.
He's
every
having a
scene.
lot of fun.
Fuck it, let's kill him.
Oh, we're referencing Dies Irae now. You want Catholicism?
Finally, a movie for me.
Hey, there we go. Yay, our heroes are here.
You've come uninvited into our light spring kimono.
You know, I say that, but I don't even know what religion I am. I just went to Catholic school for like 11 years, so I'm like, yeah.
Yeah!
I'm whatever this religion is, actually.
Somehow he has seen cult classic The Warriors.
But they don't understand when someone says cool.
Yeah.
He's having so much fun, and because of that, it makes this movie worth it.
Yeah, I
Like,
was...
he is the reason to watch the movie.
He's the reason, just the reason.
No reason. I was so
Angus
thrilled.
McFadyen.
Yeah. Anytime he was on screen, I was like, this fucking rules. And anytime the kangaroos were on screen, I said, I want to die.
The kangaroos,
The kangaroos are the selling
unfortunately,
point. Like they are the main thing.
they're
in
the
this
selling
movie.
point, and no one's buying. Unfortunately,
By the time the end happened, I was actively rooting for the villain. I was like, I don't want these scary
'Cause he's
kangaroos
so
to
fun.
win. Yeah,
well,
he's
scary
awesome.
kangaroos who, when everyone's captured, do nothing.
Yeah.
They do
They
nothing.
just have a funeral instead.
And the female kangaroo does look like the monster from what's that movie?
Splice.
Splice.
The biggest.
I almost said Split, but you know what?
Split.
He's bald too. I think.
May as well.
I don't like it.
They are monstrous. They look like. I don't remember. I think Burton's Planet of the Apes came out before this.
They came out after.
Jesus Christ. But they look a lot like the apes from that mixed with the Who's from the Jim Carrey Grinch. Like they're horrifying.
I
to
will
look
say
at.
the apes in the Tim Burton Planet of the Apes are not as bad looking as these kangaroos. There's more there.
There's also more budget, but
well, and also like they you can see actors' faces and they can act.
Yeah.
like Paul Giamatti looks fucking crazy.
Meanwhile-
but he gets to do stuff.
meanwhile, like while the kangaroos definitely have bodies, their faces are being puppeted.
Yeah, and
Like
it's
you
just,
can see the eyes, but
and it's just it just looks awful. And honestly, if they had either gone full realistic kangaroo face, that would have been fine.
Yeah.
you're saying on the anthropomorphic slider, they just went
They-
too
they-
far
they-
one way.
they live in, like, this
they
horrible
They found the
uncanny
wrong
valley.
balance.
Yeah, like it's the uncanny valley of furry.
The unfuckability side.
Yeah.
Giving the ruse, which might be a slur for kangaroos.
They
we
never say
can't
it to their
tell-
face.
We can't tell canonically if that's an okay thing to call them, but everyone is calling them that
Behind their back.
Behind their back. Giving them red eyes was such a choice because they're so serious the whole time. So when there's a dramatic shot of them with the red eyes, they look fucking terrifying.
They look scary.
They look
Yeah.
bad to children. I would be scared of them if I was a child.
It is not good vibes.
I mean,
and like
the first time the kid sees him, he runs away from it like it's a horrifying monster.
That's normal.
and
Should have
that,
kept
that,
running.
that feels right.
Yeah, that's normal. Should run away from the stranger danger of a horrific creature emerging from nowhere.
So yeah, how he gets to this world, this fantastical world with 5 kung fu kangaroos, he's dared to cross, I guess, a drainage typhoon.
A shit Eddie.
Yeah, it's literal shit, Eddie.
No, this is really serious, guys. Don't.
Yeah, don't chide him. He'll literally die. Ugh, I thought he'd die.
Man, this is stupid. Make like Tom and Cruise. Shut up, Chucky. I can do this, okay? Shut up, Chucky! But you're not him.
Oh yeah?
Oh fuck, he has a bad leg too. No, don't do this, dude.
To by the popular kids, like, come on, get over there. Everybody else has done it. I'm not chicken.
Shut the fuck up, Chucky.
Yeah, no, because he has like one bad leg too, and I forgot that until he's about to cross it. I'm like, oh no, you absolutely should not do that. Are you kidding? You're gonna die.
And he gets flushed down the drain. because of course.
Of course.
And then he wakes up in a fantasy land.
In a fantasy warehouse with all the fancy fake trees. And this is another highlight of the movie. The fucking set work. Beautiful.
Yeah, yeah.
All of the settings are
Oh yeah, no, I
genuinely gorgeous.
The sets were great. The set, and it feels like it's where most of the money went. I think also the stunt team. Like the stunt team was doing a great job. I wish
When
the
you could
camera.
see them.
I wish the camera let us see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we kept complaining about this like faux slow-mo that they use progressively more as the movie goes on.
Yeah, they start off showing you the action with the shutter angle at 180, which is the normal angle for the shutter angle to be, and then they just like stop it down to like 120 to 90,
like
and it makes things feels like shitty slow motion.
It feels like an anxiety attack.
It does.
It's very bad.
You kept noting it felt like a nightmare because it did. It just felt like I was trapped in a nightmare that I could not get out of.
Like you're watching something. It's like looking at a moving watercolor painting at times, where it's like I just feel like I'm having a fucking stroke.
Yeah.
If anything, I feel when you're shooting action, you'd want to increase the shutter angle so that you're seeing more details and getting less blur, but increasing the blur to the point where you can't see what's happening.
I don't know why.
It's wild because you could tell it's cool.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't know
yeah.
why they made that choice because it looked like the action. Like maybe they sped it up to like, but
All I can think of is that they got less confident in the animatronics and the fighting as it went along, and they were like, maybe if we fuck it up like this, it'll look better.
Maybe the kangaroo stunt suits looked garbage in action. Like,
But like we saw some of the times when the stunt suits were being used for action, it looked great.
Yeah. We need to tell them. Maybe they got less confident. We're like, no, you need to keep it like that because it looks way
But the
worse.
thing is, they'd be able to look at dailies. They'd know if it looked bad.
They didn't do the right choice.
the thing is, like, as horrifying as the kangaroos were, they were also very impressive as like a thing that they built.
Yeah, because like I would also, I love watching like the TMNT, the suit shit because it's fun and goofy. But maybe they wanted it to
When
be
they
more
open their mouth and you
serious.
see the actor's mouth on the
Yeah,
inside.
because I honor that. I love that because it's supposed to be kind of cheesy and silly. But instead, I think they wanted it to be so serious that they were like, we can't have them look like this. They look too silly. Let's make it more dark and gritty and
Yeah,
cool.
Why did this need to be composite?
Green screened.
Oh,
for
okay,
this
there we go. That's
reason.
why. All right.
Sick. Yes.
The only thing that can improve this movie. More of him.
Yes, they did it. They approved it. That brings this
God,
movie up
if
2 stars.
only they would just shoot the fucking action normal.
Yeah.
It would look so good.
I thought you said if only they shot the kangaroos.
But yeah, like
This movie did have a hard time finding a tone.
Yeah, that low shutter angle effect is usually good for like tension, and then like that's why like it feels like anxiety. Yeah, because that's generally how it's used in film, and so to use that for every action scene, it's just like
Yeah,
I'm
even the
supposed
ones.
to be hyped right now.
Yeah, we're watching our heroes fight the bad guy, and it's just looks like a muddled mess of nightmare slop.
And like I'm sure there's something that happened, on set that we're not accounting for. It just looks bad. It just looks very bad.
Or it was just like maybe it was just a bad stylistic choice. Maybe they were taking a swing with it, like, this is my style, man. Look, like, Scorsese has his, one shots. Spielberg has his zooms. This is my thing.
And I just really fuck it up with motion blur.
I just really fucking hate visible action.
But yeah, like the stunt team looked like they were doing a great job the whole time. Like the stunts were fucking awesome.
When we could see them, they looked great.
The stunts were fucking awesome, and like the idea of like fighting with like the fucking sensor and a chakram is always fun. Like they had all these fun little weapons, like this Ninja Turtle ass shit.
If you're the girl and you're nurturing,
you throw flowers
and you hit them with sticks.
And sticks.
She had a stick.
She had like a stick sword kind of thing. Like, cause she fought with like one of those one-handed. Like that was her style.
Oh, was it not a bow staff?
No, that was the one that talked like Yoda.
Okay. Then I could barely tell them apart.
Yeah, another thing, their voices were crazy.
Yeah.
I'm a guy. I'm a normal guy.
That was, you know what? I'll give it to them. That was the one that trained with fire. Maybe that affected his larynx. I'll give them that one.
Cool.
Now the one that
pick a better voice.
Now the one that spoke like Yoda. The one that spoke like this. I have no idea. Going on like this does not look like voice should fit. No.
And I called them cowards. I was like, give the girl a fuck ass voice. If you're gonna make them look silly and cartoony with the voices.
There was one guy with a normal voice.
And then I'm girl.
Me.
What was
terrible to
What
look
was her
at.
element? Earth?
Yes, because she was the one that went underground.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Did
makes sense.
stuff like that.
The flowers also would. That makes
Flowers
sense with that.
feel more like Earth.
They all had an element, but none of them really mattered that much. I
Except
don't
for
think.
fire and metal. I
Yeah,
think.
fire and metal were the only ones that like really fit.
And
their
like again, I guess she had flowers, so like whatever.
And she did do like that underground dive in the
But
first
like
thing
I
we
think
saw.
the bigger problem is like they looked really bad, and also we didn't get any time with them to
No.
like care about them.
No, like I'm guessing that the animatronics that they had to like puppeteer the faces were very fragile and very costly in terms of like film time. Because a majority of our time, thank God, is spent with the villain.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. I think they knew what they had with the guy playing the villain, where he was
He-
just going for it.
Ate
He
every
ate.
time.
Yes.
Cunty. That is a word I would use to describe his performance in
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the best way.
But clearly he had to do this because each of them can take him on one-on-one. So he had to split himself up.
I mean, he's beating a bunch of them.
So wow, so much blood on it.
Oh yeah, now they're losing now. Okay.
Oh, fucking yeah.
Oh, am I mewing?
Oh, serving.
Oh, am I killing you?
I've been bad.
This guy is.
He's having a lot of fun.
He is having so much fun. Like that is a role that like, you know what? It might end your damn career, but you're gonna have a blast doing it. Damn it.
There's gonna be so many clips of us just squealing over him. Like we fucking loved him. He rules.
He's fantastic.
Holy shit. That's so fucking funny.
I like the little lizard on her dress.
Now he's just sitting? What was this cut? What?
Read the book.
I know.
He's got his foppish collar on now.
We
Holy
need
shit.
you because none of us can read.
Yeah, none of us passed third grade English.
He's by far the best part of the movie, and like it does get to a point where you're like, he's more fun than
Anything
the
else.
kangaroos. So I kind of just want him to win.
I want him to win.
I'm glad he lived, but then he wasn't him anymore. So
I also kind of instantly hated the kid, and he was like, "Houston, we have a problem."
he was
That-
very 90s kid.
That shook something to my core.
It made me so angry.
He was like he has that problem with the like the way you write kids in those movies where they're like too mature. Like
It's bad- it's bad
they're
John
always
Connor.
Yeah,
Like-
they're always a little too in control, a little too mature at times.
He did a great job when he had to like cry and be sad.
Yeah, he was a great actor.
Yeah, I think it's not the kid's fault, but they gave him stupid lines sometimes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
narratively the movie's a fucking mess. Things
Yeah.
just kind of happen. And I know we were talking over a lot of things.
But like it was just exposition.
Yeah.
There was no like character moments. It was just things happen, exposition. Things happen, and like.
These guys are trapped now. Oh, they're in a metal sarlacc pit.
But now they're out.
They
And it's
made it.
Okay, why weren't they trapped at the same time as when the other characters were trapped, and then they could come together and like do things in like the end of the second act?
Yeah, them being trapped like literally did nothing for the story.
Nothing. And it robbed us of downtime where we could have gotten to know them and cared if they were trapped.
Yeah. But we
Yeah.
did get some fun villain time at least with him eating the scenery. At least
Yeah.
I think we had
Devouring the scenery. And then there was like Trader
crumbs.
then there was Trader Girl.
Which
She was a traitor girl.
She was like, I thought she was like being set up as like a princess or something. She was floating, and then she
I
was in
think
another scene. I just didn't even.
Yeah,
I was
they-
like, is it the same person? And it took us a moment.
They were playing with tropes where it's just like, oh, she's this like she's the girl, she came in, she saved the boy's life. She's we like look, you're needed for the prophecy. And
I'm
now,
going to move backwards.
And now I'm all booby and evil. Just
yeah. As soon as
The
soon as
movie
you see
got
tits, evil.
She said boobily.
she breasted very boobily in many of her scenes.
Anybody who has sexual desire in this film is evil.
It's not virtuous.
Not virtuous.
Unvirtuous.
Which is why the best characters were fucking.
That's why they're the warriors of virtue.
Yes, the villain was constantly coming in his pants with every single line he said.
Like every shot's like,
Oh, and you know what? They had a problem with like the kangaroos. They hate death, like the little death.
yeah, the little death.
No coming. That's what this movie says. Oh, and we were so pissed when I pointed out like the kid should have been named Joey.
Yes.
Let's go.
Hop on my knee.
Are you getting in his pouch?
What
Oh, okay. I was so excited.
I kind of wish, right?
Yeah.
Like they're kangaroos.
Trans kangaroos. All the men have pouches.
Yeah, all of them.
What's the kid's name?
I don't know.
Ryan.
He should have been named Joey.
Yeah. What the fuck?
Entirely
Oh my
missed
god.
opportunity.
Huge missed opportunity. I don't even want to watch it anymore. I'm renaming him Joey. Ah.
How's she the worst one? And you in particular are really angry that that wasn't.
Yeah, no, huge missed opportunity. If he was gonna stay there, then ignore his normal life. He could have been like, my name is Joey now, and hopped away in someone's pouch.
It is kind of sad that the center point of this movie, Kangaroo Warriors, is one of the more forgettable parts of it. Like the kangaroos have
It
little to
feels
no
like that
character.
should have mattered more.
Yeah.
I can't name a single personality trait.
Can you name any of the kangaroos?
No.
They're the main characters.
They're not, though.
They aren't.
They're just sort of there.
They're plot devices.
Girl,
There's girl, fire, air, water,
Art.
metal.
God, I don't know any of their names.
Yeah.
No names.
Even the one that was like supposed to be like their leader who was all out in like the wilds and then
Which
the kid had
that
to
mattered for 10 minutes.
Yeah, the kid had to go talk to him, say like, dude, stop it. Come on.
Does one of them start with A?
Maybe.
I
don't know either. I
You
was
don't know
asking
either?
you.
You grew up with the movie and you have no idea.
Nope.
Wait. One was named Komodo. I think it was the
That
leader.
was the bad guy.
What? Oh.
The bad guy's name was Komodo.
Okay.
We remember him because he rules.
I heard the name. I heard them say the name Komodo when they were like gathering around each other. Like, oh, well, one of them must be Komodo.
No, Komodo was our favorite
I didn't learn
character.
the villain's name either.
Oh, I came a little.
He's always coming.
He's constantly
That's a
coming.
secret.
Never not coming.
Anytime.
How's the ABC?
I'm doing something.
ABC. Always be coming.
I'm eating right now.
Don't upstage me.
What does it say?
Read me the story. You're not gonna believe this shit.
That's so fucked up.
The kid's name is Ryan. That's
Yes.
what we got.
We spent 2
And his
hours.
friend's name is Chucky.
The only reason I know.
We remember Chucky's
We remember
name,
Chucky and
yes.
Ryan.
Because he said, "Shut up, Chucky." We spent 2 hours with all of these characters, and we're like, I don't know their names.
Nope. That is
It
the
couldn't have been
saddest
2 hours.
part.
It must be like a 90-minute movie, right? 92.
It feels longer though, doesn't it?
It feels longer because of the shutter speed. I feel like I was in there for an eternity. I feel like I took too much of a THC gummy.
But yeah, it's a problem where like the movie is just everything is happening all the time, and also nothing's happening. And that's the worst kind of
But at
plot
least
structure.
but at least when action isn't happening, it's visually beautiful.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I love the
Nothing
sets.
everywhere all at once is the name of that movie.
Nothing never anytime.
Yeah, but like I love the sets. I love that the Twin Peaks guy is in it. I should have looked up his name and I didn't.
He had like next to no purpose in the plot other than to be like a traitor.
He had
like, several times.
He just had a great expressive face. And it's a shame more people didn't like use him more as an actor.
I loved his weird like hairstyle.
He had
You
a
were talking
little
about, like the little like
landing strip.
poofy landing strip and
Yeah.
his like horseshoe bowl.
Yeah.
Also, I just realized that the Twin Peaks guy, he like came in the movie, he betrayed the kid, and then later was like, I feel really bad about that. Let me help
betray you again.
And then no, he was it looked like he was
first
actually
time-
trying to help. And then the kid's like, no, go away, you fucker.
Yeah, he
2
left.
foot freak or something.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
like,
called him a
Jesus.
2-foot creep, which
Yeah.
is rude.
Very rude.
And,
nice.
and then he just sort of walks off sadly, and he's out of the movie.
He's gone forever.
He left forever. That's
didn't
our
do
hero.
anything else.
He has an
Yeah.
incredible Hulk like dun, 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 walk as he looks back. They dwell on it too.
It
as
was-
he,
it was
as he
not
walks
very-
through that arch.
Yeah, it was not very virtuous of him.
No.
No, like he just sort of left, and it's like,
Well, bye.
wait, you guys could have given him something. Like, I guess I
Something.
get that he gave the watch back, but like, couldn't he have done something more?
I feel like there's a lot of things where they cobbled stuff together. Remember that one shot where the kid was talking to the kangaroos, and that one the girl, the trader girl, walked up holding like a tray of fruit, and then at the end of the scene, they just reversed the footage to
That
get her
was
out of it.
so
It's very
good.
weird the footage they didn't get,
No,
because like, yeah, sometimes they would just slow down a shot because they didn't have
like Phil.
a wide shot or just a master shot to cut to establish things, I guess.
Mm.
And it was just very strange. But like, I some in some ways I wonder if like some of the worst choices for this film were made in editing or not. It's one of those things where like I hesitate to like blame the director for a lot of the bad choices, because like there's clearly stuff where the director's doing a great job.
Yeah, he had like he definitely had a plan for a lot of things.
Yeah, he did his
except
best job
for-
in the first third though.
Yeah, we're probably blaming the director for the henchmen when they have to act silly and goofy.
I do blame him for that.
Because that was so weird.
Just,
and it
yeah,
kept
they
happening.
they have Bento from Pirates of the Caribbean going,
Kangaroos.
What? Why is it making noises like that? It
God,
got
they were
stabbed.
just told act funny, act,
Be
act like,
funny.
act like silly guys.
Which is even more juxtaposed with like the villain actually being goofy and being good at it. You
Yeah.
know? They're like,
like,
well, look at us. Look at us.
We don't need those guys, actually.
We don't need them. We just need him.
Which is like it kind of goes to the movie being like really tonally odd because they have these like kind of serious moments where like the master's dead and like I'm just trying to find my way in life, and then like you cut to like. I think the weirdest juxtaposition was like out of nowhere, one of the kangaroos just started wiggling its butt at somebody, just like being goofy.
The fire one, yeah.
Yeah, none of them had ever shown personality before.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And that was
like,
kind of like 3/4 through the movie.
If there was a goofy one, the one who would talk like this would have been a great choice for like a goofy one if you're gonna have him talk like that.
And it gets like weirdly horny as soon as the girl is shown to be a traitor.
Yeah, that
Like
was.
not only is she breasting boobily, but like the first scene where like he's offering her the fine concoction of immortality, the
Immortality drugs.
the
Which
the ambrosia.
doesn't work
Well,
if she could die.
I mean, it's more like I think it expands, like it keeps them young.
It
is
keeps
how
you
it's
from
explained.
dying from being old.
Yeah, it keeps you young is how it is explained.
The vial that makes you old.
But it
The vial
does
that-
not keep you from dying.
And they made kind of like a crazy choice that I was like, you know what? I love this actually. Where, correct me if I'm wrong, I feel like they didn't swear the whole time until the book thing happened. Then all of a sudden people kept saying shit over
happens.
and over. That was really funny. Like, I was like,
Read the words!
Shit happens.
Shit.
Happens. Shit happens.
Say it again. Now you'll get a PG-13 rating.
happens.
You can't read the book, can you?
All right, time to kill you.
I mean, you look at it, it's blank.
Moto.
That's when you
Whoa,
could get away
but-
with more with a PG rating.
yeah, because it came out of nowhere because no one was swearing, and then all of a sudden, multiple characters
Everyone
in a
kept
row
saying
swearing.
it. Yeah,
That was great.
It was funny.
I loved
There's
that.
a couple moments that were actually funny. Like
Yeah.
again, in stuff that involved only like humans acting like humans, and not really, or like just doing something really wild, like when the bully kid fucking like
That was so
does like a
Yes.
3-point turn with his.
Yeah.
The bike was
What
so
you
good.
fucking say?
What the fuck did you say?
He practically does an Akira slide.
Yeah, it's wild.
Whip around. This movie is a trip. It is not one that you would go back to the well for many times. I'm sure you'd agree, but I'm glad I dipped back to it because that villain is worth everything.
Honestly, yes. The
Komodo is. I'm a stan.
It is worth it for the villain alone. I would not watch this by yourself. I would get friends.
Need friends.
And watch with, or you will feel like you're trapped in a nightmare realm. But real good. Very like oddly queer movie. I wasn't expecting it to be so full of like wonderful
The gay agenda.
Gay agenda. Like we're gonna. We made jokes about it. Go to the jokes.
Got to the joke.
I don't have to
Give us
repeat.
the jokes!
My lord, please.
Down, roll over, beg,
Please. Please. Go away. You are attractive.
I fuck everybody.
Buy King top switch.
That helmet looks really uncomfortable on her. It's like pinching into her skin.
No.
Weird.
This movie is ridiculously horny.
Why is it so horny? And then we have to look at them. Your stupidity.
It's to cool you down.
This is like
I
the
love him.
it's like the conversion therapy like tactics of seeing something really good and then really bad.
Yeah, this is conversion. See, he's really gay, but also
The kangaroos are like, I don't want to see this.
This man's into everything, and you know what? That's great.
They're just gonna have an orgy under the kangaroos.
That's the only way he can get off now. Check off every other kink. Do it live.
but yeah, it's a very strange movie. I think we're glad we saw it. I was genuinely frustrated though. Where I love just good like crazy action stuff and like good stunt work. That always makes me genuinely happy.
But when it's, like,
getting
muddled.
so when it's getting fucked up and like it's happening and we can't see it, I was genuinely very frustrated by that. And as a kid, I would have been even more frustrated. That's like a kid who like loved watching the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie. just for the action.
Because that
scenes.
was that was essentially when this was being released in the height of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers popularity.
Mighty Power Rangers, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movies.
Specifically the show too, like the Fox show, like the live action one.
Oh yeah,
Remember that one
yeah.
with Venus?
Yeah. Venus de Milo, and it was called something.
Man, what was it?
It's not Out of Our Shells. That's the music
tour.
tour.
That's the tour. Oh man.
It's like something.
fucking
It's like
kill
something
me.
generic. It's like Next Mutation.
Yeah,
The Next Mutation.
that was it.
We had a DVD copy of that in the old office.
We did. I'm glad we got there.
The next mutation is women.
Women kangaroos.
Women.
Damn roos, dirty roos.
My little women.
There's something very strange. Like I don't know if we really touched on this, but yeah, all the kangaroos had bad faces, but they tried to make the girl one look kind of hot? Question mark.
I don't.
Or feminine.
Smooth. Her features were softer for sure,
And they gave her big old lips.
Yeah, every one of the guys, they all had that kangaroo horse muzzle.
They needed to give her fucking G tits and that.
It's the kind
and
of thing people talk.
eyelashes.
It's the kind of thing people talk about when they're like you should let furries design furry characters.
A furry did not touch this production, I don't think.
But it probably awakened a
Because
couple of them.
Because it's not just it's not just about oh it's not hot. No, it's appeal.
Yeah.
There's no appeal.
It's like
Yeah.
we can tell certain politicians don't have gay friends because their makeup is not blended. Like these ladies look fucking not good. You got to get a gay friend.
But it's a thing where like I said, they could have gone full kangaroo and just had them look kind of cute, like a real kangaroo, or they could have gone more anthropomorphized into where it became appealing.
Yeah.
And they did neither. They went full first version of Sonic the Hedgehog movie.
I was literally thinking that.
Like the kind of thing where a producer's like, well, it should be like this. And it's
directly-
you're not an artist. Shut the fuck up.
Directly in the middle of the slider, just bam.
Thank you.
Thank you, he says.
He's
He
normal.
can talk.
We
He
love
can talk.
normal
He can
people.
talk. He can talk. I can sing.
Yeah, sorry, buddy.
At least you don't have to look at nightmare kangaroos anymore.
I don't feel so good, Mr. Stark.
What is this transition?
This is how Rockadoodle ended, kind of.
It is weird that we never got any follow-up with Chinese restaurant guy.
Yeah, I hope he's doing well.
The guy who literally said ancient Chinese secret.
Yep.
That felt weird.
Secret. It felt weird.
I'm not the director.
I mean, I will say there were Chinese people involved in the production. We saw
Yeah.
it in the credits. There was actually heavy
Quite a
involvement
few.
from people who were Chinese. So there is that.
Representation.
The main characters were still all white, but
Including the entire army. I think.
except for the old guy who dies,
Yeah. The ADR sensei
Yeah.
who never got to speak with his own voice.
Yeah.
that we know of.
This is the-
Maybe he did the ADR. It's just
Yeah.
it was just ADR the entire time.
Yeah.
The representation you could do at that time.
Look,
That's what we got.
You got to sell it to Hollywood. We got to sell this movie about fighting kangaroos.
Yeah.
MGM's got to pick it up to distribute. Come on.
This is a movie about magical fighting kangaroos. We can't have people of different races in there. That doesn't make sense.
It'll get confusing.
I'll get confused.
Yeah, don't worry. Nothing else will be confusing. And then the kangaroos pull out their instant win medallions.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because they spend a whole time fighting and we can't really see it, and we're all upset about that. And then they go, "Oh right, we can just win."
Fire! They summon Captain. They summon
And then they
Captain
cleanse
Virtue.
his soul.
So he's not gay anymore.
Yeah, they cleansed his
Virtuous.
soul and converted him.
I like to believe that the general was also gay and taught him.
They did have that sweet intimate moment.
They did.
Do you think purple looks good on me? Okay,
Yeah. He cares.
don't leave. They were holding hands very sweetly.
No. He's like, I slay, but also, how's this outfit look on me?
Man's been alive for centuries. You cannot
But he
comprehend.
still has body image issues.
You cannot comprehend his sexual preference. Is all I'm saying.
You cannot comprehend the genders I'm attracted to.
I am beyond pansexual.
I am all.
I am omnisexual.
Yeah, omnisexual. Everything.
Everything. Not the little boy.
Not the boy.
Let's get that clear right now.
But these 3 kangaroos, I will fuck under them.
Consenting adults only.
I only fuck under 3 suspended kangaroos. Yes, that's my
that's my
sexual
new kink.
preference.
Put the kangaroos in the sex swing.
This movie's great. 10 out of 10.
More Warriors of Virtue, baby.
I think it brought things out of us. Not all good things, but you know.
Look, all you can say is like, how was our day? It was virtuous.
Virtuous.
It was a
It was
virtuous
virtuous.
day.
Weird fucking thing to say.
Virtuous day.
Had a real virtuous day.
How was your day? Was your day virtuous?
Are you all wearing chastity belts today?
Did you have a virtuous day, or are you breasting boobily?
No sex ever. That's how you stop the venereal diseases. It's true.
And Komodo, I guess.
But I don't want to stop Komodo. I love him. Daddy, I love him. Daddy, I love him.
Bring him back. Hail Komodo.
Yeah, he should have won.
Yeah, hot take. Komodo should have won.
I think we're done with the video.
Yeah, I think so.